Creamy broccoli again. Loving me some creamy broccoli at the moment. So let's talk about the RollerCoaster Tycoon World trailer. Yes, let's talk about it from an editing standpoint. Here's how not to advertise your game when you probably know the game doesn't look great. Start with footage that looks incredible. Like it's some pre-rendered, I can't remember if it was pre-rendered or like some really heavily HDR'd real-world footage. But that looked like what a game could kind of look like these days. And I was like, oh, wow, this looks quite good. This is going to, oh god, no. It looks like some sort of piece of shit simulator. And that's it. It has that piece of shit, cheapest assets they could possibly find available simulator look to the real game now. There's been a whole hoo-ha about, because I waited a day because I knew for a fact that Atari would come out and go, oh, actually, this is old footage and the game's going to look much better. Yeah, I was waiting for them to say that, and they did. So apparently this was footage from 6 months ago. Yeah, but we only have like 6 months left to game development, so it's not going to... I doubt it's going to change much. And there's been screenshots where we go, oh, but the screenshots look much nicer. Screenshots are always edited to shit. Never trust a screenshot. Screenshots are mostly just bullshots. They are just... They've just been photoshopped to crap, okay? The game does... And if they have made the game actually look like that, it is running at 1 frame per second. Like, that is actually a moving image of how fast the game actually runs instead of a screenshot. So never trust a screenshot. Wait till you see in footage. And the footage that we saw in that trailer wasn't very good. A lot of things missing. Don't put the trailer out if you don't have footage for it yet. Or you don't have very good footage. Because some of that, the difference in quality in that trailer constantly changed. Like, there were some shots that had shadows, some shots that didn't. A few had a few little shader things. Some didn't. There were bits where they were overlapping. The little AI people would run along and then go around a corner. But just instead of going like RollerCoaster Tycoon 3, they go do around the corner. These were like, I am turning. It was so much horrible stuff. There's no banks on any of the roller coasters. Fucking super flat terrain is really getting on my tits. They've said, oh, we're going to have terrain deformation. Well, you haven't fucking added it yet, have you? So yeah, it looks like, and the themes all seem to be like together. And then from reading the little bits of extra information that came out around the time of the trailer, a lot of people are saying, yeah, you sort of pick a theme and then that's the theme you build on. That's like the whole park is that theme. So if you go, I want to build a Wild West park, you're building a Wild West park, and all the rides and shops and everything are Wild West style. You can't have multiple themes in a park. It seems. That's what people have been saying, and the trailer seemed to support that. So that could be really fucking awful too. Yeah, it's just a... And the graphics, they are awful. Maybe they'll... But the thing is, they may be awful and they could go, oh, we'll add shadows and shaders and it'll look okay. But it just doesn't have any charm to it. It just looks like... Like, it has no aesthetic. Its aesthetic is it's kind of real. I mean, like, the original RollerCoaster Tycoons were very real in their look because they're isometric. It looks fine. It looks kind of good. It's pixelated real. It is its own aesthetic, and the little people are very chubby, little tiny single-look men who just run around. They bounce around like that, and you know they're very chunky, and everything feels very like malleable. You know, it really felt like you could just reach in and go, no, that over there, which is great. It's a superb game. It still looks gorgeous. And then you have RollerCoaster Tycoon 3, who couldn't do the realistic because they didn't have the graphical power, so they went, okay, let's basic things up but hyper-detail it. So everything is really bright colours. The water reflections are still some of my favourite ever. It's still like my favourite water from games like ever. I think it's gorgeous because it has that beautiful reflection. If you've got lights in the distance at night time and the water is reflecting them, or fireworks, it's just stunning. It's still a stunning, stunning game. And they couldn't, because they couldn't do like really hyper detailed everything, faces, everybody's head is just a single blob and they just have like geometric shapes to make up their faces. And that's fine, it looks fine. It has its own aesthetic, it has very definitive colours, it has lots of oranges and blues and greens, it's very bright for a game. And then you get this thing that just looks like a simulator, just any simulator that has a simulator and then a date in the title. Just very dull, very real looking, very brown, very grey, very murky water. Nothing about it made me go, oh, this is going to be good. Lots of things made me go, this looks like you've just not cared. No theme park is brown and grey and like dark grey. None of them. There's not, apart from if it's one that gets on the news of being so depressing, everyone killed themselves and they have to shut down. A theme park is bright. It's in your face colours. It's not square lines and nothing going off. Everything should be hidden in a theme park as well. That's the rule of a theme park, and that's what every RollerCoaster Tycoon has done really well, is you can you've got your options to build your walls and that sort of thing, and you can hide everything away. So the guest experience is what you want them to see, and you can go down to their view in the third one especially and see that they can't see any of the behind the scenes work. All that they see is that it looks fake. It's like when I went to Disneyland, the one in Anaheim in LA, because I didn't want to go to VidCon, and when you walk into, there's like the Toon World bit, which is like where Mickey etc. lives, and it's all very cartoony. They've even, like, the distance has these mountains in it that it's like cell shaded, that they're just, well, they're not cell shaded, they're coloured in basically. They're painted to look like it, but because they're spaced quite far back, it's the eeriest thing. And I am in there. I'm in a Toon World, and the distance as far as it is showing is Toon World as far as the eye can see, and it's amazing. And the whole park is bright and designed like that. And all the screenshots from this are just like, yeah, there's some rides scattered around randomly, and we've put some paths. That's not what RollerCoaster. That's not what a theme park should be. A theme park isn't just ride. They're pressing on in Basildon, perhaps. Like, that's a carnival more than anything. But no. Just everything about that I had no hope for. I'm just there going, oh, please, just don't. Just be good. We do have some alternatives. I will say there are some alternatives. I'm quite interested in Parkitect, which is going for the more RollerCoaster Tycoon 1 and 2 style, but everything looks kind of, it's got this weird plastic sheen to it. I really like the aesthetic. It's very, very bright. It's very, very, look at this thing. And they are doing a lot of focus on hiding away the stuff from the people. Which I love. I think that's a great thing. That's a real difficult thing to try and focus about, because you design your scenery. Scenery isn't just, here's some things to make it look like a thing. Scenery is very cleverly hiding all the bits and bobs, so everybody gets this really immersive experience. And so they're focusing on that, which is great. And so that's taking on that one. And the people who made RollerCoaster Tycoon 3, Frontier, who just finished making Elite Dangerous, are making their own RollerCoaster Tycoon. Well, not the Scream Ride Crashy thing, I don't care about that. But they're making a proper Tycoon roller coaster thing, just called Tycoon Roller Coaster. But they're making a thing like that. So there are alternatives out there being made by people who have made the series and people who understand the series. But the actual RollerCoaster Tycoon one is being made, as far as I can tell, by people who hate theme parks. It's true, they do. They must have been touched up by Mickey Mouse or something.
Oh, hello, Pluto.